What if the moment your heart falters is not a conclusion, but a threshold? What if the end of the body's rhythm is merely the opening of the most profound voyage your consciousness will ever undertake? This is not a thought experiment. It is a glimpse into a reality so vast, so intricate, that it challenges the very foundations of how we perceive life and death. Edgar Cayce, perhaps the most meticulously documented psychic in American history, dedicated decades to tracing the contours of this journey. Through thousands of readings, he unveiled patterns, structures, and stages that every soul navigates once the body is relinquished. 7 transformations, subtle yet monumental, which unfold for every consciousness that has passed from the physical world into the unknown. Understanding them is not merely preparation for death. It is a revelation that reshapes the way we inhabit life itself, moment by moment. Cayce's revelations did not emerge from chance. For over 40 years, a man whose profession was photography would recline on a simple couch, surrender to a trance state, and access what he described as the Akashic Records, a cosmic archive chronicling the journey of every soul across eternity. Within this infinite library, Cayce mapped the architecture of consciousness, observing how it transitions from one state of existence to another. He witnessed the soul shedding the attachments of flesh and memory, unfurling like a butterfly released from its chrysalis. Before delving into these stages, it is essential to understand the lens through which this knowledge should be perceived. This is not a matter of faith or skepticism. It is the recognition of recurring patterns that emerge across spiritual traditions, near-death experiences, and the countless glimpses humanity has caught beyond the veil. Cayce did not invent these patterns. He detailed them, refined them, and gave us a road map into the ineffable. Consider, for a moment, a person you have lost. Someone whose absence still reverberates in your life, whose memory lingers like a shadow at the edge of your perception. They have already begun this journey. They have passed through stages you cannot yet comprehend, and yet, according to Cayce, they are more vividly alive now than they were in the limitations of physical form. The first stage, which Cayce called the silver core, begins in the final moments of life. Across millennia, ancient texts have alluded to it, a luminous tether, a cord that binds the soul to the body. Perhaps you have felt its echo yourself, in that abrupt jolt as you drift into sleep, the sensation of falling that yanks you back into conscious awareness. This is the cord flexing, maintaining connection. As life wanes, this cord loosens, untying slowly, delicately, often over hours or days. Many cultures intuitively recognize this, developing rituals to honor the pause between body and spirit. The soul hovers, observing, detached yet profoundly aware. Those who have experienced near-death states recount a similar phenomenon. Floating above the body, witnessing medical intervention, hearing conversations with heightened clarity. This is the first stage, a gentle severance, the threshold into the unseen. Then comes the second stage, the life review. The moment the silver cord finally releases, time itself collapses. Past, present, and future converge into a singular, overwhelming panorama. Every thought, word, and deed manifests simultaneously, but with a crucial depth. This is not a narrative from the self's perspective alone. Every life is felt through the consciousness of others affected by it. The harsh words spoken in anger, the act of kindness extended without expectation, reverberates across unseen connections, generating waves that ripple outward, touching lives you may never know. Cayce referred to this as the panoramic review, an unfiltered encounter with the self as it truly exists. There is no divine judgment here, only the unvarnished clarity of understanding. Every choice leaves an indelible trace, a vibration across eternity. Even the decisions deferred, the words unsent, the forgiveness withheld, carry weight. This stage illuminates the profound consequence of every moment lived. The third stage is the healing pause. After the life review, the soul enters a restorative interlude. Here lies a dimension of absolute repose, a silence beyond sleep, beyond thought, a state of pure healing. Souls emerge renewed from physical afflictions, from minds clouded by illness or trauma. The grandmother who could no longer recall your name remembers fully now. The father broken by disease stands complete and vibrant. The duration of this pause varies, responding to the depth of suffering endured, bathing the soul in a cosmic restoration that transmutes pain into wisdom. Following this is the fourth stage, the awakening to true reality. It arrives softly, imperceptibly, like dawn gradually illuminating a long night. In this realm, perception transcends physicality. Colors unimaginable in earthly terms, sounds that are felt rather than heard, landscapes simultaneously familiar and alien. These are the dimensions Cayce glimpsed. Souls are recognized not by form, but by the resonance of their essence, a vibrational signature more defining than any physical face. This reality responds to thought and intention rather than law or gravity. Desire manifests instantly. Knowledge flows effortlessly. Presence of others can be summoned through the soul's alignment. The capacity to navigate this realm reflects the soul's cultivation. Fear-bound consciousness experiences constraints. Love-imbued consciousness encounters freedom. Heaven and hell are not bestowed. They are constructed, natural consequences of awareness itself. The fifth stage is reunion. Soul groups converge, spanning lifetimes, playing recurring roles in each other's journeys. A mother in one life may have been a sister, a friend, a mentor in others. Recognition is immediate, profound, a resonance of experience rather than appearance. Debts are reconciled, love renewed, conflicts comprehended from the vast vantage of eternity. Some souls, however, remain absent, still incarnate, advancing on separate trajectories of consciousness, awaiting the readiness for union. Within these gatherings, planning occurs. Souls review past choices, deliberate future incarnations, orchestrate lessons yet to unfold. Death, as Cayce observed, is not an end but a strategic pause, an interlude in an eternal curriculum of evolution. The sixth stage is the choice. Here lies the paradox of consciousness. Many souls, after experiencing unbounded peace, reunion, and clarity, elect to return to the material realm. Not compelled, but drawn by purpose. Life on earth, dense and opaque, demands courage, faith, and effort. It catalyzes growth at a pace the afterlife cannot replicate. The soul chooses circumstances, childhoods, relationships, limitations, not for comfort, but for expansion, for the cultivation of compassion, resilience, and wisdom. There are no victims, only volunteers, each engaging in a cosmic narrative of their own design. This stage reframes struggle as curriculum. Every challenge, every pain, is a precisely chosen instrument for development. The seventh and final stage is transcendence or return. After countless cycles, after mastering the lessons of earth, the soul confronts its ultimate decision to return as guide, teacher, or light for others, or to move into realms beyond comprehension, co-creating with forces that defy human naming. Some become what we might call angels, devoted to assisting incarnate beings. Others ascend into dimensions utterly beyond our capacity to imagine. Even in transcendence, connection remains unbroken. Separation is illusory. Love endures across all states, dimensions, and lifetimes. The grandmother who passed decades ago, if she occupies your thoughts, she is aware. Love is eternal, the thread that binds every stage, every incarnation, every infinite landscape. So, as you listen now, alive and aware, consider the implications. Fear loses its grip. Death is not annihilation, but threshold. Those you have lost are in another room of the same infinite house, awaiting reunion. Every moment becomes infused with profound significance. Every action, every choice, every act of compassion or fear sculpts the contours of your eternal self. Challenges are not punishments, but lessons. Perceived separations are illusions. Purpose is not accumulation, but the expansion of consciousness, the preparation for realities beyond imagination. Your journey continues, alive in this precise moment. To have absorbed this reflection is not happenstance. It is the readiness of your soul for awareness. These truths extend beyond mortality. They are the architecture of conscious life itself, lived with the recognition of eternity. Share this knowledge, reflect, and observe the subtle ripples of connection. Walk in the awareness that each choice matters. Live consciously. Love profoundly. Trust that every element of existence unfolds precisely as it must. The journey does not end. It simply evolves, and in that evolution, it is eternal. Heat, 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 heat.